The Wally Show podcast is our daily radio show heard live through the WayFM app each morning and hosted by Wally, Gavin, and me, Betty Rock. For more fun, be sure to connect with us at wayfm.com/Wally.
The Wally Show podcast is brought to you by Colorado Christian University Online, where you can earn a degree online just like Betty Rock. You can learn more at ccu.edu/Wally. News-ish is one part news and one part ish.
This is what I use. I don't use my brain, I use my mouth.
It's right there in the title. It's The Wally Show.
Tim and Grace are a New York State couple who have made a name for themselves as holding the record for the most Christmas lights on a residential property.
Oh boy, my friend Paul would be jealous.
They started decorating each year back in 2012 and have slowly built up the number of lights on display. This year, they're up to 720,000 lights. Yes. And the couple has turned this unique passion into a way of giving back to their community.
Oh, that's cool.
They've made their home in the land it sits on, like one of those drive-through Christmas lights shows. You know, you pay and you drive your car through it. And the money goes towards helping local charities in Tim and Grace's area.
I love it. What could be wrong? All this sounds great.
What could be wrong?
I have a feeling there's something wrong. I just feel it in my bones.
Okay, wait, here it comes. The attraction kicks off the day after Thanksgiving and
Fair.
goes till December 28th.
All of that's acceptable.
Many families from around love it and make it a tradition to drive through each year. But if you're Tim and Grace's neighbors, you may not love it.
I get that. I get that, though.
Tim and Grace have received multiple complaints from neighbors claiming the drive-through is a nuisance.
Yeah,
They're
I could see that.
Scrooges.
I could see that, though.
Humbug.
We have a drive-through near us, and it used to be the only way into a friend of mine's neighborhood. And if you had to go there during Christmas, you didn't want to go to their house.
Right.
Like, because it would take forever.
Well, the attraction plays loud music over a huge speaker, so you have no choice, but the neighborhood has to hear this music.
Okay, so they don't have it with the, because you can do little radio frequencies.
You could, but they don't have that. So what you do is you roll down your window.
Oh, nice,
and
old
then
school.
Yeah. There are 1,700 strobe lights that blind people in their homes as they're trying to sleep.
That's tough.
And the traffic on the little neighborhood roads are backed up for miles. One guy in the neighborhood even ran for the town board just so he could rein Tim and Grace's display in a bit, but he lost by 15% of the vote.
Oh, nice.
And if you ask
That guy's the Grinch.
yeah, and if you ask Tim and Grace, they are more than willing to shut her down, but only after they've received $1 million in donations. So far, they're up to 700,000
Oh, they're not too far off. How long did you say they've been doing it?
since 2012.
Okay, so that could take them a few more years to get there, you know.
But if you feel that passionate about
Start giving.
It's a good investment.
Giving,
Yeah.
get it over with.
Yeah, it's a good investment if you want to, or buy some blackout curtains.
Yes.
You know,
Yeah.
I mean, it's a month out of your life.
Right.
But I guess if you live there, it could be. I understand how it could be annoying, and you know me, I get annoyed by everything, so I could see that.
You would be the first out
No,
there
I would not.
boycotting
No, I would
it.
not
Yes, you would,
because
with a sign
I do love
that said,
Christmas.
"Bah, humbug."
No, I do love Christmas, and I hate people that complain. So, boy, I'm vexed.
What?
Yeah, I know, right? I hate people that complain about things I don't that I don't complain about. That's it. Uplifting Way FM. This is the Wally Show, and we've all been blessed differently by God with different skill sets and talents. And one way that this comes out is at Christmas. We each have, you have spiritual gifts and stuff, but we each have Christmas gifts. We have a special Christmas gifting. And so it's like, we want to talk about what your gifting is. Like me, I happen to be able to wrap presents like a woman. I can wrap a present that does not look like a guy wrapped it.
What a gift.
It really is. I did a wrapping station for my church, and I kept telling people, like, they'd bring it up. I knew they didn't want to come to me because I'm flanked by all these women. I'm like, look, my goal here during this is for you to go home, and when someone opens that gift, they go, I can't believe this was wrapped by a man. Exactly. And nailed it. You're welcome. And then I kept apologizing to people, like I would do my lines, so like all the paper lines matched up perfectly.
You're such a perfectionist.
And I'd be like, I'm so sorry, I've matched these lines so perfectly.
Wow.
my
Yeah, it was.
Wow.
I was all in.
Well, you're not the only one with a Christmas gift.
Do you have a Christmas gifting?
I do.
What is it?
Mine is the ability to not be able to find the perfect gift for anyone.
That's very true. That's very
It's
true.
very frustrating.
Yeah.
Like I can think of, that would work, and then that person actually buys it,
Yeah.
or they say, I'm not really crazy about that anymore, and then I'm left hanging. Like,
Yeah.
what do I buy you then?
Yeah, I think that being able to find the perfect gift for people is a gifting because it means you know them, and you know what makes them tick, and you care about them.
But I do care about these people.
Well, your gifting is weird. Yours is like anti-gifting if you
that's more
can't
of a
find it.
curse than a gift.
Yeah,
I'm just
really.
gonna give you a rock this year.
Gavin, do you have any kind of a Christmas gifting?
I feel like my gifting is putting on like good Christmas sweaters.
Yeah.
I walked in here today. got a
And you
little
made me happy.
Yeah, it's like something that brings
Yeah.
joy to other people while also letting me just be cozy and comfy.
Yeah, he's got a Yoda Christmas sweater on.
Yeah.
Because we have a
Precious.
Christmas party today that we're doing at the station. And he walked in, and I'm like, all right, good on you, Gavin. Festive.
Yes, and you have that red beard.
Yes.
You can easily be a Santa.
You can play young Santa.
And I've got white coming in. Like,
Yeah.
I'm going to make bank as a Santa someday.
Yes.
When you get older, yeah,
mean-
that's a good
Yes.
idea.
As one of Santa's helpers.
Yeah,
Yes.
that's cool. Well, yeah, because he can't
the
do it
mall.
all. Yeah, he
Yeah.
can't do it all.
Yeah, he's a busy guy.
All right, so what is your Christmas gifting this year? What is that thing that you do that you're kind of like, man, I'm proud of this. I'm good at this. And I'd love to know if one of us also shares your gift or if you are just amazing. You're a unicorn. 855-33-WAY-FM. That's 855-33-WAY-FM. We'll take your Christmas gifting now. What is that thing, Kelly, that you are good at Christmas?
Cooking and baking.
Ooh, that is so great.
Yeah.
You are also good at adding weight to your friends. That's another gift.
If I'm going to add it to myself, I might as well share the love.
That's it.
Amen.
Yes.
Hey, Kelly, what is your specialty when it comes to cooking and baking?
So for like regular food, like savory food, it's going to be mac and cheese, homemade.
Oh, fantastic.
And then I make a oatmeal chocolate chip cookie
Ooh, I would take
with
that.
so much cinnamon.
I love this time of year because I love sweets and they're just everywhere. The time I hate is January. Like when you
Yeah.
step out of your sugar coma and you realize what you have done to yourself in just a few short weeks. It's painful, but still every year I get bitten by this. So it's because of people like you, but thank you. Thank you for your service.
Thanks, guys. Merry Christmas.
See you, Kelly. So what, Laura, is your Christmas gifting?
I am a scheduling master.
Boy, you almost need to be this time of year, don't you?
Absolutely. With our family, I always thought that when our kids were small, because I have two stepchildren, and then my husband and I had a child of our own together, trying to coordinate split schedules was hard. But I have decided it is much harder as the kids get older to now coordinate everybody's schedules, not only with their mom's family, but now our family and my parents and my husband's mom and my husband's dad and my husband's stepmom.
Now, do you use an old school calendar? That's what my wife uses. Or do you use some technology and have like a scheduling program that you would maybe use at work?
No, I use a paper calendar, and I actually start scheduling in October.
Has anybody made
Yep.
the effort to thank you for what you do? Because, I mean, if you didn't do this, I would think most parts of your family wouldn't even spend the holidays together.
You are absolutely correct. My sister loves the fact that she doesn't have to think about any of this, that she just shows up when I tell her to. And it's really hard. You want to make everybody happy because it's about being together with family, so you want to make sure you cover all the bases, and then all the grandparents are split.
You mentioned making everybody happy. Have you ever pitched a perfect game and actually made everyone happy one Christmas?
I would like to say yes, and I'm going to, in my heart, believe that it's every year that we do that.
They were talking about you behind your back. I got to be honest, your family's the worst.
I'm positive they do, but I'm just not going to pay attention to that.
Good for you. Good for you.
Well, you know what? It sounds like you're going to have a very organized and Merry Christmas.
We are. Thank you guys very much, and Merry Christmas to you all.
Uplifting Way FM, this is The Wally Show. And Christmas gets so chaotic and hectic. And Betty Rock was giving me her rundown of her social schedule recently, and you have so much you got going on.
I do, and I need to write it down because it can get overwhelming, and I just have to take it one day at a time. I was talking with my mom yesterday, and she was like, oh, it wears me out just hearing your schedule. And I was like, yeah, I just have to take it one day at a time.
Yeah.
And eventually I'll get a breather, but that's just what the holidays are about, I guess.
Yeah, I guess, but you won't get that breather till after the holidays, and so that's the crazy thing, man. Life gets really fast at this time of year, and it gets insane, and sometimes you have like the intentions of doing something, and then it just gets put on the back burner, and that happens all the time. That happens with us here at Way FM. Like, we hear people all the time go, man, I meant to give in your last event or whatever, but things were really crazy. And so right now, if you still want to help out your Way FM as we round out the year and want to get a good head start into the new year, you can still support the ministry of Way FM by doing that year-end tax-deductible gift, whatever it looks like for you, before the end of the year. And it couldn't be easier.
Yeah, when you text the word GIVE to 91979, we'll send you a link. It's as easy as that. GIVE, G-I-V-E, to 91979.
And that way you can keep enjoying the Way FM in the new year when things get a little less hectic, or maybe it will bring you a little peace when you hear like that Amy Grant song, I Need a Quiet Night. It'll bring you a little peace here during the season. So again, if you want to help out, all you have to do is text the word GIVE, G-I-V-E, to 91979.
It's easy to let the fear of the unknown keep us from doing something that is good for us, but going back to school might not be quite what you think.
Yeah, one of my biggest fears going back to school was I'd have to watch a ton of online lectures, and I kind of have a problem staying awake during stuff like that, but it was so different than I had imagined, and way better.
Yeah, for sure. I thought I was going to have to take a bunch of tests, which I am not a fan of, but instead I was able to write papers, which for me was way better.
Plus, you have the flexibility to work in school around your work and life schedule. Another big fear I had is, what if I don't understand something? What do I do?
Yeah, CCU, they foster community with your classmates, and they are a great resource. And Colorado Christian University has very responsive online professors who are there to help you so you are never alone as an online student at CCU.
Learn more about how you can pursue your passion and find your calling with Colorado Christian University at ccu.edu. Colorado Christian University is a nonprofit impact partner committed to cultivating the mind without compromising the heart.
While we wouldn't suggest taking everything you hear here as gospel truth,
we are all witnesses. Testify.
We try our best to get it right. It's news-ish on The Wally Show.
If you have ever had your identity stolen, you know what a hassle that is to get it back. That's why I try to be so annoying that anyone who steals my identity just will give it back free of charge. Like, we don't want to be you. It's too much hassle. So much of our sensitive information is on our phones, though.
Oof, yeah.
I mean, like, when you think about it, Rock, like, you have all your passwords on your phone in that one file labeled passwords.
Right?
Me too.
I even have, like, the wallet app on your phone.
Yeah.
It has all my credit card
100%.
information, debit card information.
Like,
yeah.
you lose your phone now, and it's devastating. Like, and I know that they have things where you can erase your phone, but you don't want to erase it right away, because what if you just lost it? It hasn't been stolen. Then you got to undo all that. Well, there's a new version of Apple's iOS. So if you're an iPhone owner, 17.3 that's coming out, which has stolen device protection feature inside of it in the programming. So basically, it will let you opt in to require users, yourself, to use either Touch ID or Face ID to access sensitive information such as the iCloud keychain passwords, access to your cards, access to your home, all of that stuff, where it would require like Face ID or Touch ID to do that, which I think is a good idea, actually.
It is a good idea. I have thought about, though, in the past, like, if it's a Face ID situation, could they just pull up a picture of you and then that would work?
I have thought about this, too. Like, I don't think you can, because I don't think Apple was fooled by this. Like, I think the developers didn't be like, dadgummit, we didn't even think you could just take a picture of this. Like, I think they thought of that in their meeting. And I think Jenkins was like, hey, guys, what if someone just takes a picture of it? And they're like, Jenkins, great idea. You just became a CEO. We're going to have to address that. So, yeah, I don't think that works. We'll test it with you and me. We'll test it. But also, like, I hate two-factor authentication.
Gosh.
I hate it with a passion.
I can't.
But in some things, where something as sensitive as all that information, it actually makes sense. I hate it when I've just ordered a ring off of a website, or my Microsoft. For some reason, we use Microsoft Teams some of us at work, and it always asks me for two-factor authentication, and it never takes.
I had to log into my Dunkin' Donuts
Yes!
account.
Yes!
And it had to send me a code on my phone. I'm like, Dunkin' Donuts?
Yeah, and Lord help
Really?
you if your TV ever stops streaming.
Oh,
Why
gosh.
and how this works,
I
where
can't.
they're like, take a picture of this QR code, do this on your phone, and it will start your TV again. Voodoo.
Yep.
Voodoo. Absolute voodoo. I don't know how they do it.
Witchcraft.
Yeah, it feels like it. So especially since there's been a rise in iPhone thefts, they are putting this into place in the new version of iOS. And so it's actually not a bad idea. I'll put up for that. If it's two-factor authentication, or at least like the biometrics, it's worth it to protect that information.
They really should have checked with you.
Yeah.
You know?
Or you with that great idea. What if they just take a picture? Yeah.
Betty, you're
Yeah.
CEO of
Yeah,
Apple.
exactly. You can
Okay,
tell
thanks.
we're never invited to the big meetings, but we should be probably. Part of the fun of Christmas for me is giving gifts. I enjoy that. My daughter and her boyfriend.
We enjoy that.
Yes.
Amen.
My daughter and her boyfriend, they will both tell you they're horrible gift givers. They don't know what to get each other. They don't know what to get other people.
I get it.
And they struggle through it. So my daughter has dropped a bunch of hints for Spencer as to what to get her for Christmas. And
Smart.
my wife has gone as far as to text him like, hey, this is what she really wants. You should probably do this.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, so she's looking out for her baby.
Well, did Haley tell your wife or her mom that she needed to do this?
No, I told her to. Because I'm like, look, man, guys are dumb. Like, we're especially when you're young, you don't get it. And if somebody's love language, like Haley likes getting gifts, you know?
Well, who doesn't?
I know, exactly, yeah.
Wow, you taught her well.
Yeah, right? And
Daddy!
but if you like it but you're not good at it, it's tough. And so me having information when I was young would have been great. If my mother-in-law had called me and said, this is what your wife wants, I would have gone and bought
Listen,
it instantly.
dummy.
100%. Like, I love it. Like, thank you so much. And so we're not sure if he did or not, because Haley was talking to him the other day, and he was like, well, I have two. She was trying to give him a hint again, and he's like, well, I have two ideas, and I'm not sure which one I'm going to go with.
Oh,
and
boy.
she gave a hint about the thing she wanted, and he goes, yeah, but that really should be for a different occasion.
Oh,
I know.
That's not his call.
I know. I'm like, bad move, Spencer.
He's a young guy.
Dude.
Yeah, like I'm
Live and learn.
hoping he's just trying to throw her off.
Oh, hopefully.
I hope so, because if not, we're all going to be disappointed. And it's not like it's a ton of money either. It's just it's a little thing that she wants, and it has something to do with him too. So it's a sweet gift. But I am curious. Have you ever dropped hints? Like, how have you dropped hints to get that gift? Maybe left Post-it notes around the house. Maybe you went to extremes. You hired a skywriter. I don't know.
Right.
But what kind of hints have you dropped to get that gift you want?
I've been doing this a lot recently when we're at home. I like to watch golf YouTube.
Sure.
That's just a thing I like to do. And sometimes Haley's there watching it with me. And they use this tool on the course called a rangefinder. It's
Sure.
just a little kind of like binocular type thing that lets you tell the distance that you need to get your shot to the hole.
Yeah.
And every time they use that on the video, I'm like, oh, those are so cool.
And does she bite? Is your wife like, yeah, oh yeah?
She doesn't respond.
Dadgummit.
No.
See? You should have told me. You should have told me.
I'm telling you now.
Well, it's too late. I already got your gift. It would have saved me money on your gift probably too.
Oh,
So,
you big spender.
yeah, I spent it all on him this year, Rock.
No.
Yes.
Why, that's not fair.
I'm the favorite.
But Wally.
He's helped me a lot. No.
Why?
I'm not part of this conversation.
Yeah, we have our Christmas reindeer games coming up too this week, so that's a lot of fun. We'll do that as a Facebook Live. But anyway, so what were the hints that you have dropped to get that Christmas gift? 855-33-WAY-FM. That's 855-33-WAY-FM. We'll take yours now. So what have you done?
So when we were kids, my parents would always give us like the Toys R Us catalog, and we would go through and cut out like pictures of toys and put them on a piece of paper, and that was our Christmas list. So for my boyfriend at the time, I did the same thing, but I went through a jewelry catalog and got pictures of engagement rings.
Oh, nice.
Did it work?
By January 3rd, I was engaged.
Nice!
Whoa.
There you go.
But isn't that so sad how women have to treat their husbands, boyfriends? Like, you have to put it at eye level, because the thing is, you could have put those pictures of those engagement rings on your fridge. You couldn't have put them at eye level. He wouldn't have seen them.
Yeah.
But you got to put them at eye level. Then you have to put arrows, glowing neon arrows.
And
so that
also, put them in places that we care about. Like the fridge. That's a great place. We care about that, you know? And if you put one in his Bible and he never saw it, then you might want to rethink this. What are the hints that you have dropped, Tracy, to try and get the gift that you wanted?
Well, I told my husband that I wanted the T550 camera. And so I was all excited Christmas morning because there was a little box under the tree, and I just knew it was the T550 camera. So I opened it up. It's not the T550 camera, but it's a camera. I said, wow, this is not the T550 camera. He said, I know. I thought you'd like this one way better.
Oh, see, that's the thing, man. Now, was it a better camera, like at least to him, or more expensive, or did he go below what you wanted?
No, I didn't research that one. I just wanted the T550 because it did what I wanted it to do.
I'm telling you, I do this to my wife all the time, though. My wife will tell me something, and I want to make it better, so I will go above what she's asked for and try to get her, like, the next model up or something. And she's like, no, this is the one I wanted because it had all the right features. And I've learned over the years to not do that anymore.
I mean, that's so sweet, but still.
It is so sweet. Our hearts are in the right place. We're just dumb.
You just need to get your minds in the right
Right,
place.
exactly. All right, Misty, how are you hinting for presents this year?
Well, I'm not the one really hinting. It is my 7-year-old daughter, and we have a little envelope that sits on the mantle, and she has put in there 15 different letters to Santa asking for the exact same thing.
Wow. What is that one thing?
Well, the one thing is a pink toy phone, and then the second thing is a blue toy computer.
Oh, okay. Well, at least it's not like a baby brother, because then you're like, ah.
And she's also numbered them. Says to Santa from Mo and number 1 or number 2.
So funny.
It's been the same thing.
I love it. I hope she gets it this year, or she's going to learn a very valuable life lesson that no man, even Santa, listen.
Even Santa can't pick up on a hint.
Uplifting Way FM. This is the Wally Show. I almost missed this break because I was on my phone on Amazon looking for a gift for my daughter's boyfriend, Spencer. I like to try to get him something like man-to-man kind of thing, you know, every year. Like, my father-in-law always did that for me. My father-in-law, like, got me great gifts, got me a welder that I still have and use one time, you know. And so,
didn't you, when you first married your wife, you had really long, luscious locks?
I did.
Correct?
I did, yeah. And he was a military guy.
And he didn't give you a pair of scissors?
No, he was always great, man. Like, her family loved me. I'm a catch. And so, like, I'm sitting there shopping for him, and I love the time of year because it's a time of giving, you know, and you want to find the perfect gift for somebody that they enjoy. And, you know, when we come down to the end of the year, too, a lot of times we think about all the gifts for the people in our lives, but sometimes we forget about, like, different charities and things like that, it's good to support them. Because most people, they wait all year and they do their year-end giving all at one time. And so if you listen to Way FM every day and you're like, oh, I love what happens here, we are community supported. We don't exist without people like you that support it. And so if you were thinking, oh, I'm doing my year-end giving anyway, this might be a good place to invest because you help so many people on the daily find the hope of Jesus that they need. Plus, inside of that, you get to use the gift. So I'm trying to find Spencer a gift that I can use too.
Smart.
Yeah.
Gotta work. Wait, don't work harder. Just
work smarter.
Smart. Yeah, you get it.
Boy, anytime you have smarter in a sentence and you can't come up with a sentence, it always devalues it.
You got where I was going, though.
Yeah, but if you want to help out.
Yeah, just text the word GIVE, G-I-V-E, GIVE to 91979. We'll send you a link. That's GIVE to 91979.
It's today's Music Insider, or TMI, with Gavin.
One of the things that I love seeing is artists that we play here on Way FM taking their families on the road to be part of their tour, because those tend to be, you know, long stretches of time where those people don't end up seeing their families for a lot of that time. So it's kind of cool to see them do that. But one particular band that does kind of see their family every single day on tour is the band Kane, because it's a sibling trio band. You know them from their song Celebrate Me Home.
Please celebrate me home.
I've never liked this song.
I don't get it.
But yeah, Celebrate Me Home seems like the wrong verbiage or adjectives or verbs, but I love their version of it. It's great.
Absolutely. And it was really cool. A little while back, all three of the siblings in Kane, they had all of their firstborn kids within a really small stretch of time, so they all got to go through that at the same time. And recently they actually took all their kids and their families out on tour for the first time and doing it all together. It's really cool to see, and it was really cool. They put this video out on their Instagram page where they were performing, just the generic kid song "Wheels on the Bus," and it was kind of cool to hear them all doing little acapellas and beatboxing with it. It was neat.
All through. Good. Daddy on the bus. I love you. Hey.
Come on, beatbox. Let's
go. All through
All of a sudden, one of that kid is like, "Yo, the bus goes round and round in town." That'd be awesome.
Like Toby Mac style.
It's I think that's great because these artists go out and they spend their lives investing in other people too and sharing the gospel with them. But then sometimes their families get fractured because they're not there. And then they come home and they've got to do damage control with that and be present with their families. And so bands that have the ability to take their kids out with them, I love that. Mark Hall from Casting Crowns, his kids were on the road with him for years and then ended up, when they got older, worked with him on the road. I think that's the best way, if they can afford to do it, the best way to do it.
Well, a while back we threw out that theory that they all had these three kids. It's just the next generation of the Kane band.
It really is.
So I mean, they're seeing firsthand. Well, I guess they're super young, so maybe they might not remember, but they'll probably grow up seeing their parents as these examples of what it's like to go do your job, do it well, and praise God while doing it at the same time,
and still make family a priority. So there you go. That's going to do it for your TMI. Thank you, Mr. Gavin. Uplifting Away FM. This is the Wally Show. One of the people's favorite games we play on the show is Best Worst Joke, and we're doing a Christmas edition of this today. And so this is where we try to stump each other with a joke or steal each other's punchline, and they then, if their punchline is stolen, they are removed from the game. Your job is to tell us who has the best worst joke, but then you have two jobs. Tell us a joke, a Christmas joke. And if we cannot steal your punchline, that is how you will win a present. So let's start with you, Gavin, today.
All right. This was sent to me by Jackson. He's 10 years old. Made me laugh. What do you get when you cross a Christmas tree with an apple?
Christmas tree with an apple. Core. Christmas core.
It's going to be a pineapple.
Pine tree,
apple.
Pineapple.
Very simple, very straightforward.
That's really good. I like that.
It was so simple, you miss it almost.
Yeah.
All right, Lady Rock, what do you got?
Mine is from Jessica. What did the wise men say after they offered up their gifts of gold and frankincense?
Merry Christmas.
Oh, did you get that?
Nope.
Oh, that was good, Gavin.
She didn't mention the myrrh.
They said, wait, there's myrrh.
I mean, come on.
Merry Christmas is better.
Wait, there's more.
Yeah.
But wait, there's myrrh.
Gavin, good job on Merry Christmas.
Thought I had it.
I'm kind of bummed because Betty took not my joke, but my angle on combining a Christmas joke with the Jesus story too. So nicely done. So mine is, how did Mary and Joseph know the weight of Jesus when he was born?
Because there was a way in a manger.
I hate you.
No!
Dang it! Here. Oh, you got it.
Oh, this feels so good.
And you got it verbatim, too.
Man.
Oh, had you heard that before?
So good.
No!
You just figured that out?
I am smart.
Oh, mad props to you. I stand in awe.
This feels good.
That was wild.
But you stole my joke, so mine is out of contention. Gavin came up with actually a better punchline. So good luck to you.
What? No, my punchline was don't even.
No, Gavin.
No. Are you
Gavin's
saying he had a
punchline-
better punchline for my joke?
Yeah, I thought it was better, honestly. It's not that you did a bad job. Your joke was someone sent it to you.
I stole your joke. That's how lame it was.
No, I'm not mad.
Do not badmouth my joke.
I'm not badmouthing your joke. I'm just
are.
saying, I was talking about how good Gavin did today.
Yeah, thanks.
Yeah. So, okay, you have
Ridiculous.
Gavin's
Sore
joke
loser.
and Betty. I'm not.
Yes, you are.
No, and Betty's wonderful joke to choose from with either punchline. We'll accept either. 855-33-WAY-FM. WAY-FM. That's 855-33-WAY-FM. If you want to play along, remember, you have to tell us a Christmas joke. And if we cannot steal your punchline, you will win a present. 855-33-WAY-FM. Uplifting WAY-FM, this is the Wally Show. Alex, welcome to our Christmas edition of Best Worst Joke. You have two jobs to do. One, tell us who has the best worst joke. And two, tell us a joke. If we cannot steal your punchline, you will win a prize. I am out of contention because Betty Rock stole my punchline gloriously. And I'm not even upset. She had never heard it, made up the punchline in her head. Fantastic job. So you have two jokes to choose from, Gavin's and Betty's. We'll give them to you one more time. Gavin, go for it.
What do you get when you cross a Christmas tree with an apple? A pineapple.
There you go. Okay, Betty Lou.
What did the wise men say after they offered up their gifts of gold and frankincense? Wait, there's myrrh.
Or have yourself a Murray little Christmas.
Why are you
That
the
was
Grinch?
Gavin.
You
That
are
was Gavin's.
literally the Scrooge of Christmas. You are horrible.
So, Alex, which are you going with? Who has the best worst joke?
I'm going to have to go with Betty Rock.
Nice. Now, with which punchline?
The myrrh. I thought Murray Christmas was way better.
You still won, Rock. You still won, kind of. Gavin, congratulations on your half victory.
I like it.
You know what, Alex? I hope you get a lump of coal in your stocking
That's
this
so
year.
mean.
All right, Alex, here we go. You tell us a joke. If we cannot steal your punchline, you will win a prize. What do you got?
What's it called when a snowman has a temper tantrum?
I know this.
Oh, you do?
I know it. Yes. I
Say
hate
it.
myself.
Say
No,
it.
I like her.
I cannot believe you.
I don't like when jokes
So you
get
don't-
stolen. A meltdown? Is it a meltdown?
Oh, no.
It's a meltdown.
Yes. Oh, why did I get that? Oh, my goodness. I feel so bad. But you know what?
No, she doesn't get a prize.
No,
'cause
in
you stole-
keeping with my tone of like wanting to thwart Betty, Betty wanted to give you a lump of coal. I want to give you a present because you are amazing.
I'm stealing the present.
Now who's the Grinch? Well, Alex, thank you so much for being on the show with us today, and thanks for listening.
Yeah, of course. Have a good one, guys. Happy holidays.
Uplifting WAY-FM, this is the Wally Show. And the other day we were in church just kind of doing a sermon about Christmas and the Christmas story. And you may have heard it a million times, and sometimes it can tend to be like, oh yeah, I know this. And something hit me, though, inside of this that I was thinking about that I hadn't really thought much about before. Maybe this lands with you, I don't know. But we're talking about this, and it seems like we're always telling God what he needs to do in our lives, and we think that he doesn't understand our suffering. But Jesus, being part man and part God, is such a vital part of our faith and what Christianity means to us. Like, if the king of the world was born in a barn and laid in the manger, why would we think that we deserve more? Like, we get frustrated when our house isn't big enough or our car isn't nice enough. You know, after all, we're Christians and we're serving God. We kind of deserve it, right? I always hate that word deserve.
Yeah.
Oh, I deserve this. You deserve this. It carries such an air of entitlement to it. But like the Son of God came to earth offering the best gift of life and salvation. And how did he come? He came humbly in the form of this baby in a manger. You know, God could have sent his son to earth with an amazing demonstration of power. In fact, most Jews at the time thought Jesus would come back as a conqueror because of their circumstances and their past, and they felt that they needed Jesus to be that for them. But instead, Jesus came humbly, and he came for the entire world. It was kind of like, I don't know, just a light bulb for me about Jesus actually understanding where we're at. You know, God gave his own son what was needed, not what was expected, you know? And I think that that's the case for most of us. Does God provide for our needs? Yes. Does it look like we want it to look a lot of times? No, you know? But is it always better in the end? Yes.
Yeah.
But sometimes it takes a minute to get there, right?
Yeah, we just need to humble ourselves.
Yeah.
Yeah, and that's kind of my point in this. It's like being humble in our faith. If Jesus, the Son of God, the salvation of the earth and the world for everyone, could be humble, we can humble ourselves too. And I needed to be reminded of this time of year, and maybe it's something that you haven't really thought of in that context before, and it lands with you, then that's a really cool part of this as well. And that's why we do this. We goof around a lot, but we also like to share some of the serious stuff that hits us from time to time as well.
Growing up in poverty has never been easy for children, but with the added challenges of the pandemic, conflict, and natural disasters, families around the world are facing an unprecedented food crisis. Unfortunately, those who are already hungry are now even more desperate. But by sponsoring a child through compassion, you can help provide life-sustaining essentials such as food and clean water. And with your compassionate support, that child can not only survive, but also flourish. You can find out how and choose a child to sponsor when you click on the compassion banner at wayfm.com.
Uplifting Way FM. This is The Rock Report with Betty Rock.
Ken Hudson Campbell. You may not know that name, but you would know him for the role he played as Santa from the holiday hit film Home Alone.
How low can you get giving Kris Kringle a parking ticket on Christmas Eve?
Well, Campbell is now 61 years old and recently found out that he had cancer. I guess the money he made from his role in Home Alone isn't paying much anymore.
Did he go on to do other things? Would we recognize him from other stuff?
He has been in other things.
Yeah.
I couldn't tell you right off the spot. Armageddon.
Oh,
he was
really?
like one of the guys in NASA. Or
Okay,
something.
so one like kind of
He's
a character
not-
actor,
Right. Yeah. Well, because Campbell's daughter started a GoFundMe to help raise $100,000 to cover the cost of all the medical bills for her dad, word got out that Santa from Home Alone needed the help. Many Home Alone fans started
nice.
giving, including big-time actor Steve Carell,
nice.
Michael Scott from The Office, who gave $10,000 himself. So that $100,000 that was needed, it was quickly met.
Oh, that's good. That's good. I like to see that.
The
'Cause
Home Alone family all got together.
a lot of people love that. They're passionate about it. And it just goes to show you, though, too, what can happen when a lot of people get together and they do a little bit, and they make a difference in this guy's life. I mean, Way FM exists because of people doing that exact same thing. A lot of people doing a little bit and supporting this ministry, keep it on the air 24/7. And so we can't thank you enough for your support here, especially as we come down to the end of the year and people still giving and being generous with their tax-deductible year-end donations.
And you can get involved now. It's not too late.
Yep.
Text the word GIVE to 91979.
Uplifting Way FM, this is The Wally Show. And I remember when my daughter was young, I decided to go back to school late in life and get my master's degree. And so she and I would be sitting at the table doing our homework, in essence, together. It was a great time. But then as she got a little bit older, I realized I could not help her with her homework anymore. And I'm doing college-level work, but there were some things I'm like, I just forgot all that stuff.
It's gotten complicated, and I don't think you're alone. There's one mom who has a first grader, and her first grader came home with a word question, like a word problem. And I actually printed off the problem for you, so I want you to look at it.
Okay.
Go ahead and look at it. So what it says is, which word is the odd one out? So it has 5 words: friend, desk, toothbrush, egg, silver. And it says, which word is the odd one out?
Wow.
And she can't figure it out as an adult. So how can a first grader? So I want you to look at this problem and explain to me, what word do you think is the odd one out?
Well, they put toothbrush in the middle so that your eye goes to that thinking that it is. But then the fallow point is the right hand, bottom right of an article or something like that. So maybe that could be it. Friend, toothbrush, desk. You brush your teeth's friend.
No, what?
You brush your friend's teeth, and you could use egg instead of toothpaste at your desk at work, but silver, I have no idea where that comes in. So silver's out for me.
You have a silver fork, which you eat an egg with at a desk, and then after you're done eating that egg, you go home or you go to the bathroom and use a toothbrush to brush your teeth so you can get ready for the
Wow.
day. So friend
is out. Okay.
Okay,
Let
so-
me ask you this. There is a solution to this, right?
Yes.
You're not going to leave us
that
hanging
would
where
be
I
just-
literally go home and think about this all day.
But I do want to tell you that both of y'all, the way you tried to solve that problem has nothing to do with what
Wait,
other people
which
are doing. So let me tell you.
Okay,
so some people
please.
are saying friend is the odd word out
what I
because
said.
unlike others, it's not an object. Okay. Some are saying silver. It's an adjective while the others are nouns.
Or it could be a precious metal. That's how I looked
Sure.
at it, is silver.
Some people are saying egg is the odd word out. It's the only edible word. Others are saying toothbrush. It's the only word without an E.
My mind does not work like this.
It's
I mean,
also-
this is a first grade problem.
It's
So is
also a
it gonna be-
compound word.
Oh, egg is out.
Yeah, and it's the only word that
Two syllables.
No.
the item is
Toothbrush.
not
Oh, no.
typically shared.
Oh.
So,
It's egg.
How do you expect a first grader to get this?
What was it? Did you
so-
answer?
No, I didn't give you the
Okay,
answer.
I'm still just
So the
thinking.
mom eventually goes to her daughter's first grade teacher and she's like, "Tell me, what is the answer to this
Sure.
question?" And the teacher says the odd word out is silver.
What?
Okay, I got it. I got it right.
No, you didn't
I
get
did
it for
get it
the-
right.
But you didn't get it for the right reasons.
Doesn't matter.
That's
Got it
also
right.
true. That's
Silver
super true.
is the right answer because the rest are nouns.
And she's
Oh.
saying silver is an adjective, but silver still could be a noun because it is a precious metal. So I always find the exception to every rule. This is why I test badly. And so even though I got it right, I'm arguing against myself right now, which is not new territory for me.
No, it's not.
That
right.
is
What grade
crazy.
was this for again?
First grade.
Oh,
You
no.
should take this. If you have a job where you go to work with people, bring that in. So it's basically friend, desk, egg, silver, and toothbrush. And see who's the smartest one in your office today, and maybe even have like some debates or a fight about it.
A fight.
Yeah,
Right.
like do it on your
Okay.
off time. But I think that is fascinating to see that we can't. Well, wait, I got it right. I'm smarter than a first grader.
You didn't get it the
I
right
did.
way,
It doesn't
though.
matter how
Oh,
I got there. I
gosh,
got
can't.
there. That's all I need. Uplifting Way FM, this is the Wally Show, and there's going to be a lot of people traveling this year for Christmas and flying different places. And my friend is a flight attendant, and my wife had seen something posted the other day about flight attendants and why they sit on their hands like during takeoff and landing.
I never noticed that they did.
Yeah, I hadn't either, but I guess there's something going around online. So my friend is a flight attendant, so my wife instantly called her or texted her to find out why that is. But then I guess she was traveling and out of the country and hasn't gotten back to her, so it's driving my wife nuts. And this is where I come in.
Where'd you hear that?
The internet.
And you believed it?
Yeah, they can't put anything on the internet that isn't true.
I'm not looking up on the internet. I refuse to. The internet has lied to me one too many times.
Sits on a throne of lies.
It really does. So we like to Yougle things here. So here's the deal. I want to talk to an actual flight attendant. Why do you have to sit on your hands? Because it was confirmed that they had to, but I don't know why. We have Flyboy Dean, who flies for Delta and listens to the show all the time. Like, this would be a great time for you to call and help us out with this.
What is your guess as to why?
So if there was an accident, their arms wouldn't be flailing around and like could poke somebody's eye out. Yeah, that's my theory. But
That's a good theory.
It seems so old school, though. Like, sit on your hands, you know.
Why wouldn't they tell all the passengers to do that then?
I don't know. Or maybe their hands are better than ours, or they need their hands more, you
to
know.
hand out the peanuts.
Yeah, or, well, to open an emergency door.
Oh,
I think
sure.
that's what
Yeah,
it's for.
or whatever.
So I don't know. I have no idea. But this is your moment. If you have gone to flight attendant school, or you're a current flight attendant, or maybe you're in it right now, they have a school for that, you know. I would love to know why flight attendants sit on their hands during takeoff and landing, I believe. So 855-33-WAY-FM. And again, I will be so impressed. Like, these are the things that a lot of people might not care about. To me, nothing else is right in my world today till I find the answer out to this, okay? So I get hyper-focused. So 855-33-WAY-FM is the number. That's 855-33-WAY-FM. And hopefully you can help us out now.
Where'd you hear that?
The internet.
And you believed it?
Yeah, they can't put anything on the internet that isn't true.
Uplifting Way FM, this is the Wally Show. And so a second ago, we asked the Yougle question for people that have experience with this. Very simply, why do flight attendants sit on their hands during takeoff and landing? I've wondered this. It was a question floating around the internet.
If
My
they
wife was
even
wondering.
do.
They do.
They do.
They
I
do.
haven't
I've seen
them
it.
do it.
Watch next time you fly. Watch. Now, there's different variations of it I've learned. Some will put their whole hand underneath. Others will do their thumbs underneath.
What?
Yeah. So it's kind of a version of that. Oh, and look at this. Okay, here we go. I have confirmation from my friend who's a flight attendant, too. FAA dictates every action of safety. So, studies that have shown that sitting on your hands or your fingertips or your palms or cross in front of your body help you with what they call a bracing position. And so it's going to keep you from getting hurt, less bodily injury to yourself so that you can help other people. They're known as brace positions. And so you can be ready to jump into action to help people.
You know what? I know you call yourself a first responder, but not
amateur first responder. Yeah,
first responder. I can see you starting to implement this.
I'm going to now
in your life
because
now when you
if it's good enough for a flight attendant and they need to be ready to spring into action, why would I not need to be? Why would we all not to be? Why don't they tell you that? They used to tell you to cut off your phone. Why don't they say, hey, here's a thought. You see what we're doing over here? Putting our hands under our heinies? Why don't you do the same thing? We're all going to get out of here alive. Wow. You know, like that's what they should do. That should be their announcement.
Wow.
So,
okay. And they should let you do it too.
Yeah, they should. I'll do the announcement for you. Hey, if you guys want to survive this thing, tuck the hands under your heinies. Let's go.
Hands under your heinies.
Oh, you have no idea how good this makes me feel to actually have a bona fide answer from an actual flight attendant on this instead of Google. So I'm pretty happy about that. So there you go. If you were wondering that yourself, you might not have even wondered it, but I guarantee you your next flight, when the flight attendant sits down, you will look to see if they're sitting on their hands. Promise you that.
Well, that's the end, but it doesn't have to be. Check out our Aftercast. It's new stuff you didn't hear in the podcast. Be sure to rate us on iTunes as well as connect with us on social media. Just search Wally Show. And if you'd like to join our Facebook group made exclusively for you potties, the link is in the description of this podcast. Thanks to Colorado Christian University Online for supporting what we do.